Right, so we've just seen the trailer for Unwilling, and the first question is whether or not it defies or follows the conventions of horror movie trailers. Anyone?
I think it did because it had a lot of cutting rate to like give a strong tension towards the audience, and also for a lot of like strong, quick movements within the clips, which really did like create a sense of suspense.
Okay, can someone else talk specifically about which moments created the tension?
When she got the knife to her neck, and then when the body was getting dragged away.
Yeah, because when the knife was being pulled across the neck, it was so slow and it sort of made you feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so the pace of it as well, good.
And also the actual visual effect of blood sort of made it obvious it's horror.
Makes you cringe, good. Any other specific moments? What about the imagery that was used? Thinking about fire?
I think fire can be linked with the sun goes off, like because it's red and it's like kind of danger. That something gonna happen or already happened.
I think the
Okay.
fire created sort of like enigma because it's mysterious. We don't exactly know what the fire was for. Obviously, horror trailers they're not obvious what it's going to be about, and so fire is dangerous, and so obviously there's an element of danger within the trailer.
Okay, great. What about that moment towards the very end? How did that act to create tension?
It left a really good enigma, like so it makes you more involved and stuff.
Like the way it went from the title to then the shot of the legs being dragged into darkness.
Yeah, the legs being dragged into darkness.
And then it went to coming soon.
Yeah.
And sound works really good with that.
So the
Sound.
okay, can you talk a bit more about why was the sound effective thing? I agree.
Because it was linked with the imagery. Everything was coming together, working together. Yeah.
Okay,
It
great.
was so slow and very, it wasn't loud, so it makes you be listening more carefully, how to say it, well, so you pay attention very to what you see and what you listen, so it makes you focused, and the very last moment when the legs have been dragged, because you've been focused whole trailer, it's very effective.
Okay, great. What about the very beginning then? What about the voiceover that was used?
Like a creepy feel to it, and emphasise the creepiness of the shots.
It made you feel like you were part of it because
Why was it creepy?
the way that the voice was, it was quite whispery and
Yeah,
sinister.
good. Anyone else? Okay, so what about, obviously witchcraft was an element of this trailer as well, and I guess the film as a whole. How did that feed into it, do you think?
In the beginning, the first video clip, there was a pentagram, candles, that fitted in, and then there was another candle.
And what impact does that have? What effect does that have?
The fact that it started with that shows the importance of the witchcraft within the film as well.
Okay, good. And finally, what about this kind of the colour imagery used as well? There was that image of the setting sun. Why might that have been used? Why would that be effective, do you think?
I think because it was red, it sort of obviously connotates blood and death and anger.
So again, like the
And
fire.
and also it's set into the sort of darkness.
Yeah.
So leading towards something
Unknown.
sinister and unknown.
Okay, great. So how does that link in then to the film poster on the right here for The Unwilling? How can we see some of the things we've just talked about being reflected in this poster as well?
Again, the colors kind of like red and orange. The sun goes off, and it can be linked together.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else?
The very dark colours and the silhouette of the person coming from the room, it looks like a horror because it's so dark, you don't know who is the person and why he or she is there.
And what the light coming from behind, what effect does that create?
Sort of like they're not innocent at all. Like
Yes, when the light shines on them, they become dark.
yeah.
I was thinking literally as well, what impact does it have? Having the light coming from behind in this photo, what does it create? It creates, so it looks mysterious because it creates a silhouette. What else does it create in the image? The shadow. And so why is the shadow?
The shadow is sort of, because obviously, it's sort of, I guess it's sort of two sides to the person, and there's like a knife in the shadow, which isn't what she's holding in the actual silhouette. And so there's a bit of split personality, which is what's reflected in the trailer as well, because of certain scenes.
The fact that the shadow's going down as well with this like helm with the knife, and then you've got to have it like above the pan and the light.
Great. What about the font then? What about the font for the unwilling?
Quite simplistic, so the image is the main focus.
Yeah.
It's olden style, I guess, the links to witchcraft.
Good.
Then it being red compared to the rest of the writing, which is white, it stands out. Yeah, not too much to overpower the image.
Great. And the tagline? Evil can emerge from within anyone.
Sort of links to the split personality again, I guess, so it's from within herself, or just evil in general. And then it can link, and then it also sort of relates it to the audience, sort of voicing it at them within anyone, so it's linking to direct address.
Good. So then relating that to the film magazine, the front of the film magazine finally, how are some of these techniques played out in the magazine?
Canvas used in 3 sort of trailer.
Yeah. And what idea is that? What idea is that
So
trying to
it's
create?
keeping up that image of witchcraft and
Good.
yes, what the candle represents throughout the whole film.
Great. Anyone else?
She's got a shadow behind her in the magazine as well as in the poster as well. And connect it together so you know it's from the same movie.
Okay. Good.
Because it was shot from very high angle and the face is lit, comparing to the poster, we get the feeling that she is very innocent, and it's juxtaposing the poster, and it goes well with the whole idea of the movie, that the split personalities, and so she's innocent at the same time being evil.
Great. Fantastic, thank you. And so finally, do we think that the magazine, the trailer and the poster are all effective in selling the movie? Would you want to go and see the movie?
I would go. It looks so effective.
Really makes you question what the storyline is and what's going to happen.
Good.
It's like the same mood is represented here.
Okay.
Horror. You see that? It's definitely horror.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I think it all works really well together, and so people would want to see the film next.
Okay. Great, thank you.